Well, let me first say I think a few of you know our story, Erica and me, and can I get somebody to tighten this mic a little bit? A few of you know our story, and so now you understand why I chased her so long for her to finally accept a date with me. I won't keep you standing too long, but I just want to say thank you to everyone who's out here today. It is wonderful to see so many people that I've walked the streets with, that I've walked this life in Bexar County and San Antonio with, and I truly, truly appreciate you all being here today. Let's give another round of applause to Fining Friday and to all the speakers who are up here. There are so many people in this audience that deserve to be recognized. Let me just, again, thank the folks that were up here speaking, as well as my family who is here today, coming from all parts. Thank you, Dad. Thank you to my brother, Mark, and so many other folks that are behind us that were part of my journey in life. Well, 5 months ago, I walked out of the mayor's office for the last time. Since then, I've heard a lot of rumors about my political future. While some were flattering, as you've heard, my North Star has always been the people of this community and the work that needs to be done right here. If you listen to the farewell address I gave in City Hall, there is a Cesar Chavez quote that I often go back to, and it's one that reminds me of that North Star. He said, "We cannot seek achievement for ourselves and forget about the progress and prosperity of our community. Even with all that we've accomplished over the last 8 years, there are still important issues facing this region. We made community college, the best community college in the country, free for every local high school graduate in Bexar County. Yet, we still have young people who can't find good-paying jobs. Even with the climate plan you just heard about that moves CPS Energy, by the way, away from coal 37 years ahead of schedule, we're still not ready for the next extreme weather event. And while, as you've heard, we passed this community and this region's first ever affordable housing bond, too many families are still living in poverty. These are local problems, problems that are being ignored by the state and don't get solved on the Senate floor. I left the mayor's office clear-eyed about the challenges we're facing and certain about what it takes to solve them. And that's why today I do have an announcement. My name is Ron Nirenberg, and I am running for Bexar County Judge. The power of local government isn't what we can do alone. It's how we can collaborate to improve people's lives. The cities and the county work best when they work together, but right now they're too often rowing in opposite directions. And redundant efforts, as we've seen all over this country, have consequences. Duplicate affordable housing programs, chasing the same dollars, job training initiatives, tripping over each other, and a justice system that is bottlenecked by bureaucracy. We need leadership that aligns us and gets us rowing in the same direction. That doesn't happen on its own. It takes someone who is willing to use the full authority of this office. We are the results of our actions, not our ambitions. I'm running to do things. I'm running to change things. I'm running to lead when we need it the most. And let's just be clear. Look at all we can do when we are working together. We stared down a global pandemic while delivering the largest city-funded workforce development program in the nation. And let me take a pause on that for a minute. You heard from Judge Wolf. Let's not forget what it was like in those dark days. San Antonio thrived because of that old saying, we're all in this together. And so I want to thank all of you for recognizing that and for believing in your neighbors. And I also want to give a big round of applause to someone who is here on the front row, who has spent his life and his fortune giving back to community organizations so they can do the good work of saving people's lives every single day, including children and families that are struggling in poverty. Harvey Najum, thank you so much for all that you do for our community. There's a reason why his name is all over many buildings in this city. Look, we can cut competing programs. We stared down a global pandemic together. We expanded pre-K for SA. We developed our first ever mass transit lines. We are doubling the size of our airport. This was work we achieved together. And by the way, with the approval of voters and without raising taxes. Because we can overcome any challenge when your government is working harder and smarter for you, and your government works as hard as you do. We can cut competing programs and find new ways to work with cities. We can maximize the university health system, which is one of the largest publicly owned hospital systems in Texas, to close our healthcare gap and address the mental health crisis. We can break down barriers and build more support opportunities for local school districts, connecting our students with meaningful job opportunities. And we can solve the problems in our elections department, the front line of our democracy. Because when New York City can count millions of votes before we can count thousands, we know we can do better. Look, we can fully support our justice system so that violent offenders are behind bars and not walking the streets. This race is about the future of Bexar County and determining what kind of shared future we want to build together. If we want to make our world a better place, if we want to get our state back on track, as I know many of you want to, we have to start with the issues right here in front of us, right here at home. That means doing what we do best, working as a team. You've heard it said before, we circle the wagons better than anywhere else in the country. You know it's true. And we never shy away from hard work. We just need the right leader to unlock all of our full potential. In over 40 states, they call that job the county executive. In Tennessee, they call it the county mayor. Here in Texas, we're a little different. They call it the county judge. But as always, you can just call me Ron. So I am excited to earn your vote in the coming months, and with your help, we will fulfill the potential of a community on the rise. And so let's rise up together, Bexar County. It's time to get to work. Thank you all very much.